Oh, very, very good afternoon to our fellow IRC viewers as well as people watching us on YouTube. Today we are back with our Tier 3 race, and today we are at Singapore, the beautiful circuit under the night lights that we all love to watch, and also has claimed a lot of front wings, if you may say. But I am excited for this race because I am reunited with my old duo we have been going on for tier 3. I am joined with me by none other than Deepak Raj and Crazy Joe today, who both are back. So how are you guys doing today?
Hello, stream. It's quite exciting. First of all, tier 3, there's always something to commentate about. Other than that, Singapore, long track, close circuit, very close to the walls. I am up for some brilliant action today. And definitely for some flying front wings and down in turn 1 itself, probably. Yeah,
uh,
let's see.
Talking about that, we should not forget that our tier 3 is hashtag blessed with rain in almost all races. So if that comes into play, more front wings donation, Deepak.
Well, it is Singapore, so it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Let's just see how many rings go out. I think people in chat need to just put their bets, see how many rings go out.
I will just do some self promotion here. If people need motivation, they can go watch my Lando Norris comeback in the last season in Tier 1 in Singapore from almost being lapped to second. But yeah, one thing that people have to keep in mind, that if they are losing wings, so are other people also losing wing. One small mistake and your whole front wing is gone. Tata bye bye. So without further delay, let's just go on to the track video and then move on to the hot lap, which surprisingly is provided by me itself. I don't even remember when I did it, but I am definitely not the fastest on this track. We do have people like Myth in our community who are currently top 10 in or top 20 in the world on this track, but a small good effort by me as well on this track. I'm pretty sure I cannot replicate that time what you will see, but let's just hop on to track video and then the hot lap, and then we'll go into the race.
Place host to round 12 and the penultimate race of season 6. Nestled in the streets of Marina Bay, this 5-kilometer urban coliseum is a fan favorite due to its abundance of box office drama. With 21 safety cars in 12 seasons and constantly changing coastal weather, will Singapore be the sizzling appetizer for our season finale?
Hello, my name is Babaji and I'm here to present you a hot lap around Singapore by a very own Nomo Pro player. As we see him approaching sector 1, turn 1 specifically, he mounts all the curves, makes sure his car is straight, approaches the heavy traction zone of turn 3, gets it correct, nails it perfectly, heading for turn 5, where it's really difficult to maintain the speed. You need to carry as much speed as possible without hitting the wall, as you'll lose a lot of time if you don't. As we see him now head down into sector 2. Sector 2 is still one of the most tightest sections on the track. You really need to be on it, you need to ride the curves, make sure you maximize your track limits. Turn 8 and 9 is a special pet peeve of mine, as it's really difficult to get the power on. You need to come in as wide as possible, carry the speed through these corners, avoid the walls. As we see now the Panchu head down into turn 10, 11, 12, the Anderson Bridge section. Car tends to understeer here, you want to apply as little throttle as possible, maximize again your track limits, as we see him take a wide entry into the hairpin. Beautiful, and he gets a great exit as there's a decent enough straight ahead of him, and we see him now enter the third sector. Third sector is still much wider than sector 2, but that doesn't mean you slack off. You need to be on the power all the time. Maximize your track limits as we enter on the first chicanes in the last sector. Try to mount as much as curb, maximize your exit, avoid the wall, and now we go into we are approaching the final chicane. Now you want to mount as much as curves as possible. Curves are king right now here. Maximize your exit as we head on for the final corner. This is a tricky one. You need to really carry the speed. You cannot be conservative at all, or you just might go wide or spin out. And that was a hot lap around Singapore. Brilliant driving by the Pancho.
Okay, So that was a brilliant lap around this track and a beautiful commentary by our very own Babaji, who gave some insights on this track as well, how to take the turns and how to just kiss the wall and be the fastest. But yeah, let's just wait for the tier 3 boys to ready up and we should be in the session. But coming to the strategy, what do you guys think about the strategy?
Let's just say like no to softs. Come on, softs don't work here at all. Even if you go for softs, rather pit in early, go for those hards. Look at the longer stint, and there will be safety cars. Come on, so you have to consider a safety car in your strategy. So
Uh,
something on the lines of maybe medium hards. That's what I would go for.
Yeah, so I was gonna add that point. So you have to think about the safety car as well. Yeah, medium hards definitely is the best and the fastest strategy on this track. But you can try going on the softs and then going for the hards. You need a bit of tire conservation for that. But what that will enable you to do is you will be ahead in the pack and you can kind of defend your position as you are, going through the race and somehow try to keep the medium runners behind. If you are able to do that, then pretty much you have a pretty good strategy in your hand. But yeah, again, if we expect a lot of safety cars in this, going on the softs in the initial part and expecting an early safety car can really help your cause, because you can just pit in, get a free pit stop for the hards and go till the end.
And another thing, like we are speaking about losing front wings and things like that. But I think this is one of those tracks where you can, live with some front wing damage. Like it's not going to entirely ruin your race, because if you look at the track, you got only like one high speed corner and one, maybe I would say a medium speed corner. Like the final turn, that's a very high speed corner. And you got what, on 3 or 4, I'm not sure, the right hander before the TRS straight, that's a medium speed corner. Only in those two corners will you really feel the wings hurting you, but every other corner is a low speed corner, so you can kind of get away with some wing damage. This is one of those tracks that I feel.
Yeah, that is indeed. And one more thing that is tricky about this track is the pit exit. But before that, are you guys able to view my screen? My game?
Yes.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay. So, just on that point, I was telling the the pit exit is especially so narrow, and if you cross the white line, you get a lot of warnings, something that you would definitely not want.
Oh, okay, we've got a wet to dry session in
Okay,
the race.
So we can kind of confirm now that we have given hopes on a dry race for tier 3.
Tier 3 is cursed. Tier 3 is cursed. I think it's more. I think it's more to do with our host Bayerite. I think his lobby is cursed.
That also can be one of the reasons, but we do have only 17 people in the lobby right now. I'm not sure what has happened. Mostly our coordinators will be looking for the same. I would request one of you to go to Haas VC if you can see and just inform them regarding the same. I think Crazy Joe, you have,
yes.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah, just go and inform them why there are 17 drivers, and we will get an update on why do we have 17 drivers when 22 drivers marked an attendance. I was expecting more carnage.
I'm
here.
pretty sure they will join in a few minutes. This is gonna be some time. Let's see.
Yeah, I was expecting more carnage. I do not want to be get denied of that action. So, indeed. Okay, going out on their outlaps is Akash, who has shown tremendous pace in the past couple of races, as well as Charitra, Alphabot. Almost everyone, have gone out on their first hot lap. But I do see a lot of people right now, almost everyone going for the salt. So maybe for just getting used to the track, or maybe medium strategy thrown out of the drain. But we'll get to know soon enough what is the exact reason for these drivers going out on the softs, as we see Akash.
I think it's just they're just getting a feel for the track. I think they'll just purposely invalidate it or something else, because you get only one set of mediums, if I'm not wrong. One set of mediums only in the quali, I think, and you get 3 sets of softs. So you can expand those softs to an extent and do your proper quali lap on the mediums.
Yes, indeed. I think probably these people will be doing their banker laps without, keeping their ERS to hot lap, and just, doing a couple of banker laps so that they can improve on their medium time. As we ride on board with Akash, who is about to start his hot lap, we will go through the track as well on board him, and we will have some insight onto the track. I have forgotten my controls, but as Akash starts his hot lap going through first corner, you would like to mount the first corner, as you saw him do that. Drift a little wide there. Neon is ahead of him, trying to give him way. Here you would like to utilize the most of the track and go as close to the wall on the left side as possible to maximize the speed that you will be carrying through the previous one, because it throws you onto the long straight here. Again, a hard braking zone, a bit more mounting on the inside and on the exit as well. A hard braking zone, locking up his right front tire there massively. This is one of the corners that tends to understeer and throw you into the wall. The next corner will be very close to the wall as you turn in to get the best line, and coming through the Anderson Bridge section. This is where we can see some of the outrageous dive bombs that can happen, and we can expect the same in today's race, because it throws on to the second DRS straight on this track. Coming through the hard braking after the long straight. This third sector is pretty much just a series of turns really close to the wall, where it's very rare that we will see any moves done unless someone has bent into the wall. But coming through the final couple of corners is where you will like to mount and go really wide. A bit of intrusion given in the wall so that you can drift wide. Going through the final corner, which is a bit tricky on the traction zone, but Akash does manage to do it and sets a time of 1:35.297. Definitely seems like a bit of a push lap in my opinion, but we
Yeah,
will
it
see.
is. Like, speaking of the tire strategy, we forgot the fact that it is a wet start, as one of our audience members, Tomophobus, pointed out in the comments. Like, it's going to be starting wets. So, it doesn't really make sense to, go out on the mediums to do proper laps. So, just go all out on the softs and just do a lap, go for a higher position, stay clear of the carnage in the wets.
That probably explains this. I completely missed the weather forecast because I was not paying attention when you were reciting the weather forecast, so I forgot about that.
Even I completely forgot about that fact.
And I have an answer to why only. Okay, we have 19 people right now, and there will be one more joining because people were joining late. They couldn't make it on time, so that is why there were 17 people when we started.
Okay.
But
So
I think it's going to be very unfortunate for the late joiners, because we've seen this weird bug where the people who join in late in the quali session don't get a lap recorded. So essentially they'll be starting from the back of the grid sometimes. I just hope it doesn't happen this time around, but I've seen that happen way too many times.
yeah, that is true.
Speaking of, yeah, sorry about
We
that.
have a Red Bull spun out in turn 2. That will be Rooker, who just did he donate his wings already?
It's not
Can't
visible.
see
His
that.
telemetry is on. Okay,
it's
it looks
select.
fine.
Yeah, looks fine. Visually looks fine. So, not the first person to donate his wing, but he seems to be lagging a bit on the track. I hope that it's not my internet, because I did not see other people lagging on the track, only it's with Rooker. So, mostly my connection to him is not really good, or to the his connection to the host is not really good. But we do have a couple of times on board. We have Akash topping the charts on the soft tires with a 1:35.2, followed by Eric Griffin with a 1:37.0. 2 seconds down on Akash time. E-Rock also not getting in the grips of the track, and he has donated his front wings. He is missing a front right end plate on his hot lap. So E-Rock explains why he is more than 2 seconds slower on his hot lap. Alphabot with a 1:38.2, Neon with a 1:38.7, Abhay Chandra with 1:39.0, and Charitra 1:40. Definitely not the representatives of the time that we can expect to see as the time is progressing, but a rough idea on how the track is, and already people donating their front wings on this track.
So the time put
Singapore
in.
just being Singapore.
Yeah, so the time put in by Akash is pretty impressive. Because considering it's a green track, it's just the first laps he has been putting in, and a 135.2 as a banker lap is quite amazing. So we can
That's
definitely,
quite a banker lap.
yes, so we can definitely see her times dipping down into the 134s before the end of the session.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure, the track evolution is gonna be pretty massive here, so we can see some more improvements coming our way.
We do have a couple of people also starting their hot lap. We do have a rookie today with us. He goes by the name of Ink, who is about to start his hot lap. This is his first league racing here with us at IRC, completely missing the first corner, which kind of throws him off the track. Manish Kanchan has again left the session. He recently joined it. He was on his hot lap but has left the session again. But Ink is a bit new to the game and is trying to get a bit of grist on this track. Especially he did understeer onto the first couple of corners. Again, completely missing the corner. Seems to be on a keyboard, no controller. Is that a controller?
Looks more like a controller to me.
Yeah, it looks more like a controller rather than. I mean, if it was keyboard, that would be like full 1-0. It's not exactly 1-0.
You know,
here.
honestly speaking, I genuinely want to go on board with someone who is on a keyboard and want to see how they are doing. We know that Soham Day is a keyboard person, so let's just go on
Yes.
board with him and endure the torture that these people have to on this track, especially not donate their front wings for that matter. Rooker parking it on the exit for some reason there, but we all can see the struggle that this man is going through on this track.
But
This stuff.
Gopi,
And Crazy Joe, you are someone who plays this on a keyboard, so
that is right.
can you
I
just
was-
walk us through how it feels?
Okay, before that, SSJ Assassin has managed to put in a time of 135.6, so that is, those are some times closer to what Akash has put in, but still 4 tenths away from that OP banker of a lap. Yeah, so talking about the keyboard experience, hear me out, keyboard in Singapore is quite easy. You know what? Because it's because we have a plenty of 90-degree corners, and you can just go on full TC and you won't be like accelerating out at all times. Like it's like you can just literally go 1-0 at every corners. Like, it's just 90-degree corners, most of them. So it's quite easy to put in a fast lap. So I am quite excited for Tier 2's race and looking forward to it, and not looking forward to not donating my wing as well. Yeah.
So that has been a small insight by our very own keyboard player himself, Crazy Joe, as E-Rock is about to start his hot lap. We did see KG put in a valid time a few minutes back, and he is currently in P3 with a 135.8. Right now the Renault boys seem to be a bit off pace, considering that we have seen them constantly on the top of the podium. Charitra is also starting his hot lap right now. A lot of people coming out for their hot laps.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Electric, we can hear you.
Okay, so Eric Griffin crosses the line to start his hot lap as well. We do have another Ferrari in the third sector. That will be SSJ Assassin. Did he donate his wing that he is going back into the pits? Not sure about that.
Not sure. Still can't see the telemetry on these guys.
I think I forgot to mention it in the driver's briefing to turn on their telemetry, and especially a couple of new people have joined us, and
And it's like we couldn't really see that for any other guys as well. Rabe, Roker,
honestly speaking,
Rai.
honestly speaking, this track is kind of like on the final corner you can invalidate, and that kind of invalidates your next lap as well. So this track does have that aspect as well attached to attached in the books. But yeah,
And this is quite a long track as well. You can't really cut corners. Cutting corners means you're gonna have to completely destroy your car. So it's gonna be one painful invalidated lap.
a very, very, very painful invalidated lap as Peenan E-Rock crosses the line, does not improve on his time. Peenan jumps into the pits after his 2 laps on the soft tires, which makes sure that it's pretty much dead in the 2 laps. Regarding the telemetry, as we saw someone parked on the left side, I forgot to catch who it was. Did you
That
guys?
was Rocker.
Looks
That was
like
Rocker.
Red Bull.
Yeah, it was Rocker.
Rocker was just parking his car on the exit. But regarding the telemetry, are you able to see at least the timing thing on the top right?
Yeah, the timing is all visible. The timing is visible. The sector times are visible, but the car damage status, that's not visible. Oh, and we see the
Right,
the wall.
slamming into the wall. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what even is. So, oh
For a moment,
my.
it looks like the wheel was broken or something like that.
Luckily,
Yeah, he has lost his wing though.
luckily he only lost both his end plates and not his wheel. But he's drifting all the way on the track.
Yeah.
That's what happens when a keyboard guy runs medium TC.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh, he's staying out.
Why is he staying out? Can I?
If
Did
he's
he-
just going for practice laps, then did he just give up? It's like, okay, never
That's
mind.
pretty much
I still
turn
can't
one.
understand what is going through this man's head, but I don't know.
Yeah, at least he's giving way to people, but Abhay Chandra is on his hot lap right now behind him, and he's giving way to them. I see a Haas. Is that Dwajin in third sector? No, that's our Bioride in the final sector, about to start his lap. We do have another Red Bull who is in the final sector. That will be Rooker going into the pits. We have a Ferrari of Deadpool who will cross the lines at a time of 1:39.7. Not an impressive time, to be honest, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely, he can do better than this.
I have seen him do better. People taking
Yeah.
it too cautiously into the pits. Yeah, sir. Talking about the pit entry as well. That's also one thing which is
Okay, we've got
something.
a yellow flag in.
I
turn
think
three?
that's just
mu-
people slowing down, for
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, Kennedy, but you're speaking about the pit entry.
Yes, it's a bit weird because the line, the 60 kmph, or I think it's 60 kmph for this track,
60,
right?
it's 60.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, 60.
So that line is pretty before the actual, pit entry
Entry.
starts, and that catches people off guard. And we can see some 5 seconds also coming in for that as well. I had been caught off
Another
guard,
thing
but
that you had to notice there is even if you engage the pit limiter, it can take you past the speed limit and get a penalty over there. So you can see people taking it very cautiously into the pit lane. Like they don't want to take that risk.
That's
So
exactly.
I can give you a interesting scenario here. So what if people lose their wing? So and they are entering. Oh,
Speaking
Just
of
like
have
Alpha
a
Bot?
one Alpha Bot.
Losing wings.
Yeah. Speaking of
So-
losing wings.
Yeah, speaking of losing wings, what if you lose your wing, you're trying to enter the pit lane, but because of the lack of downforce, you just go straight, you cut the corner, and you get another 3 seconds, and you'll have to run around an entire lap without the wing again.
I
And-
would say what much more painful than that is breaking your wings on the pit lane exit.
Oh, no.
Yes,
That is how we see a wing and plane flying.
yes, I am well experienced with that. I did lose my wing exiting the pit, because it's so thin, and you just when you.
Oh.
There is one more thing about this track is that regarding the final corner. If I am not mistaken, Deepak, you were involved in some final corner tactics. Someone was trying to go on the outside of you, and then you just tapped his rear a bit and you spun
Like
into the pits.
that was basically, I think it was Roker or someone, I don't know, it was their first race and they were just going like I didn't expect the guy ahead of me to slow down that much. I was carrying a normal speed, but I just slammed into him and my car just slid into the pit lane.
So an unexpected
Memories.
pit stop for that
He
matter.
just Tokyo drifted into the pit lane and he just carried on with his race.
Okay, we have E-Rock about to start his hot lap. This is his final chance to prove himself. We do have a lot of cars coming out right now. Is 1 minute 30
Oh.
seconds enough? I don't think so.
Oh,
Dwajin
DJ getting in the way there.
completely taking the apex from E-Rock and compromising his lap as well. Probably a report coming from E-Rock.
E-Rock isn't gonna be happy.
Yeah, a report definitely coming in.
I mean, he's still
Yeah,
pushing him.
he has backed out. I think he will go on
Oh, yeah.
for the next lap maybe, but we
Yeah.
do.
Does he have enough time to go?
I
I think he just needs to put his hot lap mode on and just push
Yeah,
it easy.
push till the start of the lap because he will have to make it to the line. 55 seconds, I think, is enough time. In
He
my
will make it.
opinion. Yeah, he should make it.
Roland's going into the pits.
Yes, we have Eric Griffin coming through the final sector right now. Recently got a wheel, if I'm not wrong.
This is the best sector, to be honest.
Yes, so let's see. Final corner, a tricky corner for that matter. You have to know when to turn. Crosses the line, goes P3 with a 135.8.
That is.
That was a good lap. That was a good lap.
Yes, indeed. We do have Soham Day coming through the final corner. Does he improve? Nope, he does not improve on his time. But will get another chance on to.
Before, can we go on board SSJSS? Oh no, he's in the pits.
Yeah.
He was improving. He had a purple sector, but unfortunately he invalidated it.
I didn't notice no one's cutting the first corner. Usually you can cut
Ooh,
there.
Manish Kanchan did not. E-Rock did not make it by just 1 second, if I'm not wrong.
That's
Oh.
unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.
Like just 1 second was left and he could not cross the line. Behind him as well, a lot of people could not make it. Both the horses were not able to make it to the line.
That was really unfortunate. So Dwajin, like, he did not get a lap and he messed up another lap as well. So,
Yes.
not a happy day for him or for E-Rock for that matter.
Yes. Oh, I hear Eric Griffin slamming into the wall, but he is done with his hot lap. And so, is Soham Day improving? I think he has invalidated, if I'm not
He
wrong.
has invalidated.
Yeah, he has invalidated.
Okay. So, no point in watching that. Rooker is on 2 laps. Old tires is on a valid lap. Let's see if he can improve on his time. I don't think so. He's going into
He's
the
going
pits.
into the pits.
Ripe behind him. Is he improving?
No, it's just.
I mean,
Okay,
his
never
first
mind.
sector don't look good and he just cuts it through. So
Yeah.
He has completely given up.
I think
Yeah.
Ripe has just given up on it and he's like, I'm just gonna
Oh
do
my
it.
god.
There's
Yes.
one hefty corner cut.
Yeah, he has completely.
Can he go on board Eric Griffin?
He's on his in lap, you know. So he's just casually coming inside. I think he's out of fuel as well.
And our 20th guy has joined. Cuba Rabi has managed to join the
Yeah.
qualifying session, so he'll be starting dead last. So this is it, boys.
Honestly, he will be happy with that. To be
Actually.
What about Manish Kanchan? Has he done with his laps or is he still
Yes.
Yes, he has done his lap. There he is.
Yeah,
Out
he
of
has
fuel.
run out of fuel. He is
Yeah.
run out of fuel.
Out of fuel.
Okay, I think that's it for quali, I guess.
Yes, that's it. Running down the grid, Akash again. His banker lap being the fastest lap of the session somehow, and he is sitting on the pole position with a 135.2, followed by SSJ Assassin with a 135.6, Eric Griffin with a 135.8, KG with a 135.8 as well. Very less time separating Eric Griffin and KG. I think it's barely like 600ths or something. Manish
600,
Kanchan
yes.
with a 136.4, Berlin with a 136.5, E-Rock with a 136.5. Again, 500 separating Berlin and E-Rock. 136.8 for Pinan Dwajin with a 136.9 and Soham Day with a 137 something, I forgot. Okay, Soham Day with a 137.7. That rounds up our top 10. Top 11th is taken by Charitra with a 137.8, Alpha Bot with a 138.2, Ink with his 138.3, splitting both the Red Bulls. Rooker in P14 with a 138.4 as well. Neon in P15 with 138.7, Abhay Chandra with 139.0, Deadpool with 139.7, Bioride with 140.0, and Ripe with 142.0. So Ripe not setting the best of the time. We do have the 20th Mercedes driver, that is Cuba Rabi, who will be joining us in the race as well, but starting from the last of the grid. So,
So one question to you guys: do you think Akash has put in a dry setup for the Singapore race and completely
It's a wet
forgot that
race.
it's a wet race? Yes.
So
Starts full wets, moves on to inters and then to dries. So
Okay, so I think you guys would have seen three slots. So was it like full wet in the first one, second one a
Yeah.
slight wet?
First was full
Yes.
storm. First was full storm. As you can see in the screen, it's raining cats and dogs here.
Indeed.
Also,
Huh.
the punch, there has been a request to increase the bit rate of our stream so that we get a better
Yes, sir.
video
That
quality, probably.
you can't do
Yes.
that while streaming. So yeah,
I will try. I think
okay.
OBS has given an update, but my OBS menu is messed up right now. Let me just
Oh,
keep an
damn.
eye on early ready up, to be honest, before that, because if that happens, we have to report. Okay, I don't see any early ready up, so we are all good to go. Now I can check the settings. Till then, okay. Okay, settings, output. I will try increasing it a bit, but if you are facing quality issues, big advice, go and watch it on your phone. Might help with the quality, but I have increased it. Hopefully it's a bit more better. So strategies, people. So you saw that it's wet and then enters and then dries. So
Yes.
what lap do you expect dries?
I don't know, man. I really can't predict that. Like last time, I tried predicting that in the Chinese GP, and it just caught everyone off guard. Like we based our quality strategy based on the slots. Come race, it's saying that the rain will start in the formation lap itself. I mean, that was way too early. So I mean,
26.
only the drivers can get a good perspective of it. I think because on the racetrack they get 7 slots to see the proper weather details, so they could get that proper details over there.
Yes.
So, what I would suggest is
Hmm.
just listen to what Jeff has to say. Man, he has helped me out while I was racing. So, if he asks me to go on to wets, I'll go on to wets. If he asks me to stay out on inters, I'll stay out on inters. So
I'm-
yeah.
Honestly, that's not the right thing to do always.
My opinion is based on DRS. The DRS is switched on, go on to dries. If you
Yeah.
switched off, then yeah, inters or wets is the perfect tire.
But that one lap can make a lot of difference. Say that DRS gets switched on as soon as you are crossing the start finish line.
I
In
mean-
that one lap, you can lose like 2 to 3 seconds easily to the guy up behind.
The thing is, the
mean-
transition between the wet and the dry, it's pretty like how to say, it's very abrupt in this game. Like you'll start the lap in proper dries, by the end, by the time you reach the middle sector, the track is already slippery with wets. Like the transition is way abrupt. So sometimes pulling the trigger early does help you get an advantage. So
I mean, there's
it's
always
all,
an
it's,
element
it's
of
all
luck.
going to come down to your instincts and luck.
Finally,
Yeah.
coordinators were the first one to ready up. First time I'm seeing that in tier 3, but some improvement in the from the driver's briefing. I do not see Kubarabi in the right side. Hopefully he
Yeah,
does
I mean,
get a
apparently
car.
he had a power outage, it seems. Just now his power came, but I'm not sure if he can join back on time.
I do see. No, I don't see his car
No.
on the track. Oh, so we will not
That's
have the
unfortunate.
20th driver racing with
Let's
us today.
Let's
So,
see how many people invalidate during the formation lap.
as we go
I don't think
through-
so they will do it, because I have been, giving strict instructions to these people regarding their formation lap, as we see the predicted strategy which we can take and literally throw it out of the window. So that's not gonna be what it's showing, because we know that it's gonna be dry, and as well as enters condition for that matter. So maybe our drivers might need to go on to the enters and then the dries, but definitely we will get a lot of confirmation from our telemetry itself, since it's pretty accurate with the weather and the tire choices that you can go. But in the camera angle, I did see a lot of puddles on the track, honestly speaking. Like,
Yeah, it is full wets.
look at the puddles on the track.
Critical
Like,
conditions plus 5 minutes intermediates.
Yeah, it will be intermediate conditions in the next 5 minutes. So
okay. Either these drivers will extend their wets, or if someone decided, let's see, did someone decide? Nope, everyone is on
Nope.
full wets. So maybe
This is just too much rain to vote on inters.
yeah, this is too much rain, honestly. But if our telemetry is telling that within 5 minutes it will be enters condition, then maybe gambling with the inters could have been one of the things to be done. Like, just sacrifice your first couple of laps and then go. But then again, track position is what matters on this track. So, yeah, even if I was in these people position, I would have gone in full wets.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
that and another thing is like with inters you won't get the same amount of grip, and this is a track where you need all the grip just to make sure that you don't lose wings, and as you say, we see two disqualifications, Soham Day and Charitra.
At least
Yeah,
it
right.
happened towards the end of the lap. So
Before the race starts, let me give you some stats. The championship race is still spicy. The top 3 is split by just 10 points. Soham Day, E-Rock and Rocker. It's the top 3 is different. Literally has a gap of just 10 points. Cuba, Rabi and KG are in 4th and 5th, separated by. Wait, there's DJ as well. These 3 are separated by 4 points. So the top 6 battle is going to be spicy.
yes, I tried enabling the drivers championship as well. You might be able to see it on the screen. I do see Akash.
Akash has been disconnected, so
Yeah.
we just hope he comes back soon because AI is not that good. Just drops you back.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Travis is up.
AI is really good with the starts, and considering it's a wet, it might be very OP for him, at least the start. But if he comes
Okay.
back by the end of first corner, he is set for life.
We can't see. Yeah, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And lights out.
And
Join
Akash.
back in the nick of time.
Akash has joined back at the right moment.
We do have
And
he
there
is falling back a bit. We see the McLaren going wide into the turn 2 and turn 3 behind as well. A lot of carnage going on. Hopefully no one has spun yet. Sorry, that was AlphaBot getting all out of shape for that corner. We have yellow flags and we have a Ferrari of Deadpool waiting and the first
Berlin.
we are seeing a lot of wings flying off in the background. Not sure whose
See,
wing
car
it
parked.
was.
Berlin is parked over there.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think Berlin and both Deadpool were involved in incidents, and right now their car is parked. Right now it seems like Dwajin is trying to go on the inside of E-Rock. E-Rock giving enough space for him to be there. Also, we have Ripe trying to make a move on Kuber Abi behind with these wet conditions. I'm not sure what is going through the.
Ravi is not here. Come
Oh,
on.
sorry, Ripe. I saw a Mercedes and I told Kuberabi. But we do have Soham Day moving up on AlphaBot as well. What comments will you make on keyboard people in the wets? Crazy Joe.
They are hanging out. Like, it is tough to say what's going on right now. Considering the wet conditions, it's difficult. I see end plates missing on some cars, and trying to work your way around using a keyboard. It's quite tough, and yeah. So kudos to these guys to handling it out, like surviving. And there is some position changes going on. If we can go
So-
on, but oh my god! So there are guys going side by side into the tunnel section.
No, even speaking of keyboard people surviving, but over there Soham Day was doing more than just surviving. He was fending
Yeah.
off an attack from Iran
Yes.
in a very brave manner.
And that was
Exactly.
pretty clean as well. But SSJ Assassin has flown off. We see Manish Kanchan losing his rear on the exit of the final corner. The leaderboard seems to have been
Yeah.
glitched. Yeah,
It
it's
takes a
gone.
lap to settle down.
KG got lagged back somehow.
Wait,
Luminary crap
what?
going on.
Okay,
Oh.
KG is facing some internet issues probably.
Yeah.
He was on AI for some seconds, but he's back.
I think
And
Even when Akash connected back, I don't think the car was in his control entirely. The car was still ghosted.
no, it takes a couple of seconds before you can take control, so it
Yeah.
gives you like a couple of lights which goes out. Then only you can
okay.
get,
Bioride is in the win currently for a brief moment, and now it's Neon, and now it's SSJ Assassin. I do not know whom to spectate and what button to press, because if the leaderboard is glitched, I cannot go to the correct people. But behind, we still see Soham Day fending off Pinan. with his life, and now Eric Griffin has also joined this fight, and Someday has to fend himself as well. Eric Griffin going really wide, and Someday finding a gap and trying to make a move in these treacherous
He
conditions.
does make a move. Oh my god, that was something else over there.
Now Pinan has to overtake Eric Griffin as well. Everyone going really wide. We do have yellow flags behind. I'm not sure for what, but there is a gap forming here, between.
Oh, I think it's a Williams of ink.
Ooh, and Pinan
Oh my
has.
god, that's an end plate flying off.
Yes, and I think even Alphabot has donated his wing in that incident because he was caught off guard. He is going right now side by side with a Haas of Bioride. Everyone trying to just hang on to their life and their cars, Oh,
Alright,
Abhay
subjective
Chandra
wide.
drifting wide and donating his wings on the track as well.
Well, this has been quite eventful few opening laps.
So the last couple of sectors look so slow, like you can literally run
Yeah.
around.
It feels
like we. Oh, there's Alpha, but oh, yeah, he isn't planning to pit anyways. Okay.
I think
And
he's going to
interestingly-
plan and stretch his stint to the inters probably.
Okay, right now it seems like Peynan and Eric Griffin are pitting because they did donate their front wings. I did not see Abhay Chandra pit, so maybe he's waiting for something else. Up ahead, it
Will it-
seems like a gap form,
Will they pit onto the inters? That's the important question. No, they didn't. They're still on the wets.
We have side
Oh,
by
I,
side.
I, I mean, I would have probably just stretched the stint a bit more to the inters, but I still don't know how much the extent of the damage was, so I can't really judge it over there.
Right now, Alphabot and Ripe going side by side, but Alphabot decides to back out because of his broken wing. Not having the best of the corner. Even Ripe has broken end plate. So a lot of drivers not having wings at all. We do
There's
have-
safety car. We have a safety car.
I
we
wonder for
do not
whose car
know.
that is.
Box time.
So we are
There's no
waiting
one.
for conversation. Wait.
I don't see anyone spun out. I do have Eric Griffin behind. Did he lose his wing? I don't think so. I think Peynan overtook him in the pits itself. I have
Okay.
absolutely no idea.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. So you know how Codemasters work, right? So
Yes.
someone must have just
Oh.
wait. Hold on. It just says it will be wet conditions in 5 minutes again. So no inters here.
No
Wait,
enters.
what is this weather?
Okay, this is something else.
Weather
Okay.
changing its randomness. So
Yeah.
Yes,
What I
yeah.
was saying is, so as like how Codemasters work, you have a car lying on the track, you get a VSC, but you have
Not
some
even a
debris on
VC
the
at
track.
times.
Yeah.
And
You-
okay, just sorry to cut you off there. We see a car stranded behind. Just now it started moving. A Ferrari. Is it a
Oh,
Ferrari
that-
or a?
Yeah, that's a Ferrari of
or an
Red Bull,
Alfa Romeo, I don't know.
Yeah, that must be the.
Can he go
Ferrari
on
of
board?
Red
I think it was neon or something. Can he go on board neon?
let me just go on board Neon.
That's Martin. That's Martin. I think that's a Ferrari of Deadpool. I think.
Yep.
I think he went into the wall or something like that. I don't know. His car was parked for a brief moment.
We have many people pitting right
Yeah.
now, and very carefully nudging their way into the.
Look
box.
at the track. It's so wet. I don't have anything to say. The rain is just pouring. It's pretty much red flag conditions at this point.
It is a
welcome to
torrential
Singapore.
rain. It is a torrential rain.
It genuinely looks like a red flag condition. Like, just look at how much water is there on the track. If I just go on board with this guy himself, SSJ Assassin who is leading, just look at the left side. There are puddles outside the racing line. On the right as well, outside the racing line, it's death.
Absolutely pity these guys. These conditions are absolutely treacherous. And considering Singapore is not much of a forgiving track, adding to the fact that this is a wet condition race, so yeah, kudos. Just survive. So it will be definitely the survival of the fittest, nothing else.
It will be at this point survival of anyone, honestly speaking. If anyone can survive, hats off to them, man, honestly speaking. But yeah, leaderboard is again back. Yeah, it's back. Okay,
It's back.
so SSJ Assassin is leading the race. Was leading by around 4 seconds from the guy in P2. So that was an impressive lead that he had got, but now it seems like that lead has gone off. What do you think? Loaded a wet setup, more wet aggressive setup compared to other people?
What I
be.
think
Might be.
is, see, the wings don't play much here because
You are pretty
considering
much
it's a
running
it's
10,
a tight
11.
track.
Yeah.
So you'll anyways be running high wings here. So you'll just have to make some setups to soften up those suspensions. You don't want to lose your rear much here. So probably, yeah, I think this setup might be helping him out.
Maybe higher ride height, because that's what you will
Probably.
definitely need on this kind of wet track, you know. I would have literally gone 5.7 or something on my ride heights for this kind of wet.
Yeah, this is where like F1 cars look more like monster trucks, high on wheel, like literally driving some 4 wheels on stilts.
If they would have forgotten to increase their ride height, then pretty much their cars are a boat right now.
We, we see Ripe pitting right now, so that is an interesting choice.
He's changing
And-
his wing, so
Yeah.
The amount of fog they have, and
So okay, we have more people pitting. There's another Renault pitting. I see.
yeah, that is Pena.
Hold on, there's Penan pitting again.
Yeah,
probably damage
wing,
while
wing,
weaving.
yeah.
He
Wing.
has lost his wing. He is pitting again. So Penan's race is going southward currently, but you never know. This is Singapore. There will be more safety cars, and the race will just turn around in a second.
I'm not sure why people are not able to catch up to the safety car. Okay, Eric Griffin is going at full speed to catch up. Safety car might be in this lap itself, so.
It's because the safety car is running faster than what these guys can run right now.
You know, there is a small trick in the book. Just go on to AI.
Oh yeah.
For
But we do not condone that behavior here.
First,
Wait, that's
I
illegal.
will tell you a better part of that. So we do monitor how much time were you on AI as well in our telemetry. So we do get a count of how many minutes, or you know, it's just a rough count of how many
Yeah.
minutes were you on AI. And if you were more than 90% or 75%, I think is the cutoff. And Pena
Hold on, let me just.
Oh,
Yeah,
retired.
Kenan has retired.
Speaking of
That
AI,
is. Yeah, he has lost
Did he
it.
just
Yeah.
went straight or something like that?
race race?
That looks a very weird retirement on a safety car.
Exactly.
That is.
It's
Yeah.
after the DRS straight, probably.
After the DRS straight, he has retired.
Yes.
I don't know
Hmm.
what happened there. But we see Dwajin also losing his car and falling down the pack. Lost a couple
Has he
of
lost his wing?
Let's see. Does not seem like it.
Apparently not.
Visually looks good.
Eric Griffin had all the right to overtake DJ, but he still showed some sportsmanship-like behavior and let DJ keep. But DJ did lose a couple of positions to the guy up ahead. Eric Griffin was still catching up to the pack, so
The
he
safety
just-
car has no plan to come in.
Yeah, we will have some more chill laps before the chaos unfolds
I mean,
again.
safety car max will be only be 3 laps, so no matter what, it can't be more than 3 laps.
Yeah, it will go in this lap. We still don't know why it was called out. Meanwhile, why don't we go through the chat? What do you think? Let's have some interaction with the chat. Crazy Joe, bring up the chat.
Okay. So, what do we have here?
Anyone speaking about predictions?
Right now, all I have info is Ink is on a keyboard. We were thinking like he was on a controller. No, he's on a keyboard.
That seemed pretty good controls for a keyboard, to be honest, in my opinion.
Actually, might be working on with some linearity stuff.
Yeah.
I might be looking into that probably to get an upper hand, maybe.
Maybe. Okay, so
You don't need an upper hand. You already got it.
So we have Shalala predicting that there will be 4 safety cars at least. We are on our first safety car. We have Ripe who has gone on to the Inters.
Let
And
me
he
just.
had a penalty as well. He had a 5 seconds
Sorry.
penalty. I think he left the exit lane or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and let me just correct you that it wasn't Shalalak, it was
Oh,
our very own eccentric.
Eccentric.
Yeah.
I just read Mahadev as Madhav for some reason, and I got confused. But yeah.
You're not alone. You're not alone.
Okay, we have a couple of Deadpool supporters. We have Soham Day supporters as well. Weather update. So currently, what we have from our telemetry, at least for the next 5 to 10 minutes, is definitely gonna rain. And if you want more weather updates, keep an eye on the stream. Our telemetry will pop up if there is a change in weather condition in the next 5 minutes. So we do like to keep it a suspense rather than declaring the full weather even for our viewers, because everyone likes suspense. So there is nothing without suspense, so just keep watching. Safety car is going in this lap. SSJ Assassin did not create enough gap to the safety car, and that might create a throttle locking for everyone, but he has gone crossed, and we see Akash just losing his car on the traction and taking out Manish Kanchan in the process. We have SSJ Assassin cutting the second corner completely. Back behind we do have E-Rock and KG and Charitra forming a train for P2. KG trying to make a move on E-Rock. Oh no, that was Charitra. KG trying to make a move on Charitra. At the
That was brutal. That was brutal.
That-
They just turned right and just took him out into the wall. But luckily they didn't DNF. They're still in the race.
Soham Day also losing his car, and Neon has lost his car on the racing line, that too. Hopefully his car is ghosted and he waits for everyone. He did wait for everyone to go past, but you know, Soham Day also was losing his car on the straight while turning slide right.
Will we get a VSC?
It's a yellow flag right now.
Wow.
That's it.
Call
Big
me
yellow
after.
flag.
But yeah.
And in the middle of all the action, we got a telemetry update that it's going to be Inters plus 5 minutes.
Okay, so that's your weather update for whoever was asking us in the comment section. It seems like E-Rock is getting a bit impatient. Charitra
See another
Ferrari
Ferrari
has-
stuck in the corner.
Okay, so
Deadpool.
SSJ Assassin has lost his wing and has been overtaken by 2 cars on the long straight. E-Rock currently in P1, and surprisingly is Charitra in P2.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's really nice.
interesting.
Really nice.
Also, I don't understand what's going on there. I see Ripe on the intermediates. His interval was 53 seconds. Right now it's just 12 seconds. And consider, yeah.
It seems like Neon lost his car. We were on board with him, and he has lost all of his wing as well. So he was
Okay.
able to catch up to Neon at least.
Oh yes. And apart from that, considering there will be a switch in conditions, Ripe has kind of an upper hand.
Yes.
Maybe.
He just got to keep his nose clean and
Yeah.
hope for the inter-conditions to kick in soon.
Soon,
He'll get
yeah.
the speed.
Exactly. He's just praying to the gods to just stop the downpour. But I have a theory about so many incidents into the turn 1. You know, lap 1. We see KG and SSJ Assassin both putting in for the inters. Both had some wing damage at least, and that explains. We have a lot more people putting in for the inters and even to get a wing change, if I'm not wrong. So we have KG coming out right now. We have SSJ Assassin, Manish Kanchan, Akash, who after his incident has gone back into the pits to change his front wing and strap on inters. So a lot of drivers going on for the inters right now.
I think this conditions is switching, and they won't be finding the optimal grip using the wets, and seeing that it was just 5 minutes to enter conditions, and Alpha got getting a 5-second penalty for crossing the white line on the pit exit. So that will be getting people people will be getting caught in that mix. Yeah. And apart from that, we have 2 keyboard warriors fighting it out, jostling it out on the track. Soham Day and Bioride. Interesting fact about Bioride is Bioride was having some issues with his keyboard in the last race in Brazil. So this time around, he has personally messaged me saying he went out 6 kilometers, bought a new keyboard for this race. So we are looking out for him, and he is definitely doing good right now. Starting like maybe 16th or 17th and running in like P5. So
Dedication 100.
Okay, so talking about that, we see Soham Day struggling a lot ahead and is holding the pack like anything. We were on board with Dwajin, who is trying to find a way to go, but both of them diving into the pits. Rooker spinning out there. I think he was caught off guard by one of the, people entering the pits, or maybe he carried too much speed, but is now
Actually,
going into the
Rocker
pits.
was on the left side. He was going side by side with, I think it was DJ, I think it was Bioride.
Bioride.
Like he was going side by side, getting a better exit. What I think would have happened is, since these guys are entering the pit lane, he kind of got squeezed in the middle, is what I think.
Yeah, I also expect the same. But we have Eric Griffin, who lost his car completely on the exit, and Ink moves up to P3. Eric Griffin losing his car. So regarding the first lap, a lot of people losing their car. The issue can be because of them not getting their tires up to temp in especially the wet track, considering how wet it was at that instance. So because of that, it caused a lot of incidents, is what I am thinking. I might be completely wrong. We have SSJ Assassin, who is setting fastest time after fastest time. Charitra also setting easily overtaking Eric Griffin. So it definitely seems like it's time for the Inters.
yeah, it's
Yep,
visibly.
as you can see, it's visibly the rain is
Yeah.
much lesser than what it started. Now you can see the screen much more clear than what it was earlier. So
We
yeah,
have Eric
definitely
Griffin
does, and-
going wide and completely donating his front wing because it's not time for the wets at all. But luckily
he did not
kept
donate his
time.
front wing, he donated his entire nose over there.
Yeah, entire nose.
Everything
That
is
is a correct term. But at least he did not break his.
Oh,
And we see
we
another
have
Williams
VS
stranded
We have a
and the
VSC.
VSC.
Yep. So this might be a good time for the top runners.
Yeah,
running
the
wets
wet
switch
runners
into
to
the-
definitely they are gonna
Yeah.
go into the pits, no matter what.
Definitely.
We have Soham Day, who has spun out as well. Not sure how or why. We have Rooker as well, who had gone really straight on the exit of Anderson Bridge and was reversing back onto the track. A big carnage and big drivers being caught off because of the weather.
Also Manish Kanchan received
Yeah.
2 driving penalties right now. I think he's facing that glitch where he can't see the delta and he's just moving through the field.
That
So
might be.
if that's the case, 3 drive-through penalties and we might see a disqualification soon.
So we do see him currently having a drive-through. One suggestion, if you guys watch the stream later on. If you are not seeing any penalties popping up or the delta popping up, just pause and unpause your game and it will refresh it. Some Codemaster bugs need to be worked around, but right now in the lead is our rookie, but on wet tires. Not the ideal tires to be currently on, and especially considering that it was a safety car, he should have pitted for the same. As we see Eric Griffin replacing his nose wing. What do you think will be the damages for the cost for all the teams right now for changing their wing? And we did catch a
Was
glimpse
that a
of
reset?
yeah, that
Yes.
was a reset. We did catch a glimpse of Ink resetting on track. So a penalty coming his way, probably E-Rock and all will be reporting him. It's simply like, the vets are not at all having any grip. Just look at that.
Yeah, we see the veterans are struggling so much like to
Yeah.
get the grip. It's like they're driving on ice or something like that.
Literally
So bad.
driving on rice. But
So-
we do have E-Rock and KG who have come back up on top in this race and are currently sitting in P1, P2. Charitra with a surprising P3 as Ink is going towards the wall, praying to gods for his brakes to stop his car. Somehow gods have answered and allowed him to stop his car.
More like his brakes have answered. So
Yeah. We have racing going on under safety car. I'm not sure why.
no, this is not the safety car.
it's
This is
not
not
the
the
safety
safety
car.
Oh, my bad. I am completely.
I was a VSC and it ended in a very brief time. So
Yes,
we
that
are very
explains. That explains a lot of it. But Manish Kanchar getting his car into the wall. We see Rooker also hitting the wall ahead of him and possibly donating some of his front wing. We have Ink, who is struggling somehow, praying for the pit entry to come as quickly as possible.
Right now, I see Ripe in a quite good position, saying that he took a gamble going on to the intermediates way too early before even it was intermediate conditions. But right now, saying that he was dead last in some like couple of minutes back, but right now he is doing what P6,
Yes.
battling with Kudwaji. So that's some impressive racing.
Yes, that's indeed.
We see some moments from Berlin, the car just slipping and sliding out of that high-speed corner, just wrestling with the car to keep it on track.
It's like Singapore is awarded with just one or two straight parts, and that too is so tricky because of the high speed and the wet condition. They cannot even go flat out on the first DRS straight, especially. I have no clue how these drivers are keeping their sane right now while driving. But we do see SSJ Assassin making a comeback, is currently back into P4.
So how long
That's a
do you
good
think
drive from him.
and these intermediates will last?
I think I think it will be at least for more 6 or 7 laps that we will have wet condition, as we see AlphaBot, who does not have any front wing, going really wide on the exit of Anderson Bridge, and Akash trying to hunt him down. Yeah, as I was
So,
saying, at least 6-7 laps.
Interestingly, Manish Kanchan is still on the wits.
Oh, oh yeah. So what I think what happened is he did not pit. He served his drive-through penalty before he could pit.
Yes, that
Yeah.
would have happened. Yes, that is indeed correct. As we saw AlphaBot trying to stop his car with his broken wing and turn his car for that matter as well. Akash on a charge right now, trying to make moves. We see Rooker losing a part of his front wing on that corner, as well as Akash overtakes both the Red Bulls and moves up to the points right now.
Yes, Akash is looking set for strong recovery. I mean, he just needs to get the next phase of his strategy right, the drive phase. If he can get that right, he's on for a strong recovery drive, and so is right. The man starts from the last of the grid, takes a gamble, and it works out in favor of him. That was really good from his side.
Yeah, indeed. We have Manish Kanchan getting 5 seconds penalty for speeding in the pit line. So now that he is going to pit for the wet enters, he gets a 5 seconds. So more salt to the injury. We see Ripe falling a bit off Abhay Chandra, but again, all this is not representative. In wets, you can gain like 2 tenths in one corner and lose more than 2 to 3 tenths in one corner, as we just see him again closing the gap to Abhay Chandra.
Berlin seems to be on his tail, putting up the pressure on Ripe, hoping that he falters somewhere.
All
Berlin
he
is just
needs,
restless on the pressure here.
yeah, all he needs is for Ripe to make a small mistake and donate his front wing, and that's it. He will have the move done. Up ahead, KG also seems to be keeping a constant gap between him and Erok, who is leading the race at the moment.
Wait, how does Erok has 1 lap or 2 laps on his intermediates? Did he?
I think he put
Okay.
it during the VSC. if I'm not-
Oh, okay. Anyways, so this is the closest battle we have. Like at
No
least
more.
3 of them and no more. Considering Berlin had a very bad exit.
Can he go on board Akash? He's chasing by right.
Okay.
Akash has the pace, Akash seems to be much quicker than anyone, and as we see, he set the fastest time of the session, going on the inside for turn 1. Easy peasy overtake on Bioride there.
It's easy work of Byra, it just gets him past on the straight, and on he goes hunting for his next victim.
KG seem to be closing the gap. At the moment, Ink has joined the session again. Let's go on board KG. That's the battle for the race win right now. But again, we have another set of pit stops to come our way for the dries, and anything can happen for that as well. I think it will be dry around lap 20, 21. What do you guys think? Expect.
Yeah, that is something that we are not so sure about, because as I said earlier, in our telemetry we get only 3 slots, whereas in the racetrack you get 7 slots or something like that.
Yeah.
So if the last slot is, if all the other slots except the last slot is wet, you'll get only like 2 or 3 laps of dry racing. So
Yeah.
we never know. It's a suspense for us as well. So
Yeah.
let's see when the dry starts to kick in.
So, how many laps can the softs do? As far as I know, only 5, 6 laps. I think they
Yeah,
can do.
you can stretch it out to 7 probably, but
Ah.
that is when it's like basically driving wets on intermediate conditions. That's
Yeah.
how the softs
Ooh.
feel by the end of 7th lap.
KG full Tokyo drifting through the final corner as he was. Especially the final corner is actually a bit tricky in these conditions, honestly speaking. We have Manish Kanchan, a back marker, coming out of the pits. Charitra getting a bit scared of his car, it seemed like it. But it's okay, my boy. He is lapped and you can, make a move. We see Ripe diving into the pits again. Why do you think is that for? Has he gone for the
That's-
He's
hearts?
going on to the hearts. Easy.
Hold on.
Yeah, he is going on to the hearts.
Oh my god, that's too early.
That's way early.
Way early.
Like we have not even gotten the 5-minute mark from our telemetry, and on the hards, it's anyways difficult to get them up to temperature on this damp track. He's pretty much gonna retire in the next 4 laps. Mark my words.
I think the man is going all or nothing.
My man's gambling on a safety car and a lot more.
Oh, Ripe getting
It's
5
another
seconds
5-second penalty.
or crossing the.
He
pitting.
has already spun, that's why we have. Okay, we have dry conditions in 5 minutes.
Yeah, so
we do have dry
so still 5 minutes. 5 minutes will be around 2 or 3 laps.
2 laps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 laps, still these people can go and then they can pit. So I was kind of close, but yeah, looking at, we have yellow flag and we have
Ripe
Ripe.
has spun. Ripe has spun, yes.
Oh.
Well,
He
what
is
did
not-
he expect pitting that early and that too on the hards, I am
he
expecting him to DNF within the next 1 or 2 lap if he does not keep it cautiously.
He has lost his wing already.
Yeah, so that's pretty much his strategy gone down the drain. Look at
Ah.
that!
Oh my goodness.
No wings. That's what you get when there is no wings, no temps, no grip.
No temps, no grip, no wing. Oh,
Oh
my
my
god.
God, that
He's
man is-
literally parking his car on the apex.
And we've got another hard runner right now. Ink has also gone onto the
Form of
hard.
wing, Yeah.
He is also gonna do some Tokyo drift through a lot of the corners. Up ahead, it seems like KG is kind of maintaining a constant gap. We see E-Rock flashing his ERS lights. Okay, 30%, that explains it a bit. We have yellow flag, it will be Ripe. I know it's it's the Ink. He has pitted in for the hards, not the right strategy to do. We have Berlin who is also pitting in the softs.
That under the softs. Okay, that's a very, very, very aggressive strat.
Honestly speaking, at least softs he might not spin that often because he can get the temperatures way early than the hard runners. We have sector 2
Yeah.
and 3. We have
That's Ripe again, yeah.
Again.
Basically, Ripe and Ink are right now moving yellow flags. So
Yeah, they are literally moving yellow flags at this point.
that was close for comfort from KG.
Yeah, that was really close. I think
Interesting start from Berlin for going onto the softs. I do not suggest going, like, why would you go onto softs? And
he
then
might
pit
do
again?
2 softs, soft and then again softs.
But people in Singapore will definitely try to cut down on what they pit for.
I
So-
think basically I think one of the reason why he has gone on the softs is that right now there is not 100% grip on the track, and softs will get that grip because it will heat up that easily. So he can get onto the softs and drive as well. But yeah, as as you said, most of the people will try going on for the medium tires, as we see KG trying to pull off undercut with the strategy. Let's see.
And in addition to KG, we got two more, two more slick runners. We got Alphaport on the hards, Eric Griffin on the mediums, and Ripe has pitted for a set of mediums.
Yes, he will get his wing changed as well, as KG comes out of the pit just ahead of Ripe's car. Who is a lap-
And SSC Assassin has also gone into a set of mediums.
We have Ink, who has lost his car in third sector. My boy, it's not time for the... Oh, KG
Oh,
also
KG
lost.
almost.
And that's a reset to track.
Auto reset.
And the DRS
Did he
is
reset or was
enabled.
it auto reset?
No, that was a reset to track. I don't think so. The game auto resets you.
Okay.
Game only auto resets you if you are trying to explore some boundaries that the game does not want you to. But it felt as if
got it.
KG was on the track. Basically, he got caught off because he just came out of the pits. The track is still a bit damp. It's not complete dry that you can go full beans out. And now
But
he
But
has...
probably the DRS has been enabled.
Yeah, that is true, but I still don't feel that it's 100% dry. Like, definitely, dry tires are the correct.
Ooh, look at that! Look at that! Ripe is just
Right,
squirming
yeah.
around.
It's just struggling.
So basically, dry is the tire to go at this moment, but it's not the tire to push on at the moment. Just wait for one lap or so and then go full push. Let's see how much these people are struggling, because it's definitely not time for the Inters.
Yeah, I think right now Winters will be screaming for help with the heat build up.
You can see the gap coming down between Akash and KG. So that should be quite... Wait, okay. Well,
That's a neutral, my dear. If you throttle in neutral, your car does not move front. Just telling a small tip from my side. Charitra behind him also pitting. Akash will also definitely head over for the pits. RPM glitch right there by the game. Much wow to watch. Literally KG caught up to Akash because of his correct call. Will he overtake E-Rock with his
I think he
strategy?
might. I think he might. It's easy.
Yeah, even with his spin into turn 1, although it was a reset to track, he easily got E-Rock because he pitted at the right moment.
yeah, that was a bold ball from KG. And though he spun, but he has made it to the top step right now. Let's see how it pans out in the next 14 laps.
So just enlighten me here. What is the penalty for a reset?
10 seconds.
10 seconds,
10
if I'm
seconds.
not wrong.
Okay. Well, this would be a very awkward podium interview if he stays where he is. So.
Honestly, right now
Let's see how it
SSJ
ends up.
Assassin has 12 seconds penalty somehow. I don't know how can you get 12 seconds.
I guess
Four?
it's a pit entry and the pit exit penalty is
No,
all
but
clubbed together.
even with that, like, it does not make sense because pit entry and pit exit gives you 5 seconds. So the only way he can rack up 12 seconds is if he got 3 seconds. There is no other
Ah,
combination
okay.
if my math is not
Got
wrong.
it.
Yes,
Got it,
probably your
you're
maths
right,
is
you're
on
right.
point.
He cannot get any kind of pit entry or pit exit. But right now it seems to be quicker than KG. Maybe I'm not sure why. Maybe KG does not have the correct dry setup loaded in, and since it's much more drier right now, seems like SSJ Assassin will be much quicker than KG in these conditions.
Catching up real quick in the corners.
Yeah. No, you don't go for a move there. Just wait for this. Yes, and now you go for the move. Full ERS, full DRS with the fastest lap of the session.
That was
144.4.
by KG.
Yes,
Okay,
the
there is a
timing.
Look on the
dive bomb
inside.
and he
It's
takes
a
it.
move and still side by side.
I think
The
KG
move's
It
done,
has.
is
the
done.
move's done.
Yeah, move has
SSJ
been
Assassin moves on to the top step with KG half a second behind him, struggling quite a bit. E-Rock and Charitra fighting for the final podium positions. But hopefully if they keep their noses clean, they can definitely
Ooh,
make
that
that
was
happen while Yeah, that was a sketchy move from KG there.
I got a heart attack seeing that, man.
We have a yellow sector
SSR
3
just
and
closed
we
the
have a
door at the last
VSE.
moment.
We have a
VSE
VSE
for
for
what?
some reason. We had a yellow sector 3, so if we can check out for
I
a
think-
slow.
I see
Yeah.
no car that is being stranded or
If we go on
going
board
on slow or
Rocker.
something like that.
If we can go on board Rocker. Okay, Rocker seems fine.
Seems to have all the wings that
Yes.
he needs.
Okay, so. Oh my god, Manish Kanchan gets another drive through penalty.
Does
So
this
this
man not
man-
know how to slow down during VSC?
A man's not having a good day at all. That is like the third VSC today.
I think he's already a lap down compared to everyone on the grid, as I am feeling really hungry at the moment. Something that the stream people watching the stream don't need to know, but can we have, I think people can drop emojis in the chat. Can we have a pizza emoji in the chat, you know? Just for lols. So that people get motivated to buy some pizza today night and enjoy at their home.
Now
Sunday.
you're speaking of that, now I want to get some pizza.
Yeah.
Why you do this,
That's the whole point,
Guys,
you know?
guys.
Hashtag not
Guys.
sponsored by any of the pizza companies.
Come on, guys. Next race is Italy. We will be getting enough pizzas there. Akash loses his wing with that collision.
Oh,
And
that's really
decides
bad
not
for Akash.
Yeah, he lost his right hand plate as Abhay goes into the pits. I think Abhay was already losing his wing and was understeering, and I think Akash underestimated the gap he had left for him on the outside, and Abhay just hit the wall and came back on the track, and he lost the wing in that. But yeah,
Let's see if he just carries on or just goes into the pits.
We never
It's gonna be
talked
very
about the-
crucial to see.
yeah, we never talked about the biggest losers and gainers in the race. Now that we are done with our final pit stops, long race it has been till now. If you are joining right now, we already had very wet and inter-wet conditions, and now we are onto the dries with our tier 3 boys. Definitely would advise you to rewind back and watch, or you can watch it later on the full race, because indeed it was a spectacle to watch. Everyone driving as slow as possible, feeling as if we would be quicker on road cars compared to these F1 cars. But yeah, right now the field does seem to have spaced out. We already have almost everyone donating their wings on this track. Biggest losers and gainers, biggest gainer would be Charitra, gaining 7 positions and running in P4 at the moment. Bioride also doing a respectful job, gaining 9 positions from where he started. Biggest loser will be Manish Kanchan, dropping 11 positions from where he qualified on. So definitely a very bad race for him, and would be willing to forget whatever happened to him in this race. As we see Deadpool drifting a bit wide, and we see him donating another
Oh,
wing,
no.
and we see Soham Day also donating his front wing.
It's
Man,
like-
this is like I think if this was a real life race, the marshals would be very busy picking up all the carbon fiber.
Leave the marshals. The team would be scratching their head as to how much money would go in just replacing the wings of their drivers, you know.
Not just that, I was thinking like if Deadpool just lost his wing, so one day was thinking like, okay, no, he will be slow now, so let me just lose my wing and let's have a competitive race.
Yeah, you know, fair
Sportsmanship
fight.
100.
But then
Fair
the
fight.
thing is, Deadpool has lost his right hand plate, and Soham Day has lost his left hand plate. So I think Soham Day will be struggling on left-handers, and Deadpool will be struggling on right-handers, which exactly happened right now. Deadpool struggled on right-hander, and Soham Day took the position, but now Soham Day should be struggling on left-handers. So evening out the battle.
But that was a really easy move on the straight, just using all of his ERS and DRS and just getting past it.
Yeah, honestly.
And speaking of gainers and losers, I would say the guy who is both a gainer and a loser is right. Like, that man just climbed all the way from the back of the grid onto P6 at the point with his enter gamble, and then once again was too optimistic, took a dry gamble and fell all the way back to where he started from.
We have a yellow flag and we have a racing point.
The racing point, Abhay Chandra. I think.
No. I think that was KG.
Yes.
Was it?
It was-
Yes,
Yeah, he
he-
lost this position to E-Rock as well.
E-Rock as well. So KG has completely donated his right wing, not end plate, but his wing, and he will be exceptionally slow with that wing.
Also,
Yeah, we can see a few winglets gone from there. Just stick right now on the right wing.
KG just goes straight.
That-
Kind
yeah.
of gives way to Charitra. Is what I will interpret, and I will just say good racing by him to not hold up people because of his broken wing. But yeah,
yeah.
what do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
perfect.
what do you guys think about Charitra? Like, come on, that man has barely donated any wings. I think in this whole session, like literally, I have not seen him lose a wing, and that is literally showing on the timing sheets. He's up there, even though he does not have the pace to be there.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at his wheel movements, it looks like he's on a keyboard probably, because those are quite some juddery keyboard movements.
Let's see.
Yeah. And if we sorry about that. If he's managing to do that on a keyboard, this is quite some impressive stuff, because Charitra has let's just say, like, he has been an underdog in tier 3. Couldn't keep up with the pace with what the other guys was showcasing, but right now he is all out, all guns blazing, and right now
He's
in there with the top guys. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's impressive stuff.
It seemed clearly that he was on a keyboard, and one better thing is that he's not doing mistakes. Meanwhile, people around him are actually doing mistakes, and Dwajin is not able to catch up to Charitra. That's the status we are at. We have another yellow
We have
flag.
another VSC. This is what, the
Okay.
third VSC so far?
Yes, I think
I have
so.
lost count officially.
I think this is the third VSC. Oh,
Alpha Bot has
retired.
DNF. Yeah. Alpha Bot
And
has
still,
DNF.
I'm not seeing any stranded car. Like, has he just retired on the run?
Oh yeah. Looks like he has retired on the run.
There is a Renault passing him. Is that him?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Think
That
so.
looks like a retire on.
On
like-
track. Yeah.
And
yeah,
the
on
VSC
side
is
retire.
gone. We got racing back up again, and we got Sohamde and Neon fighting it out.
So I'm pretty sure that VSC was caused because he retired on track, and it's a sad news for him because pretty much that's a very harsh penalty, because you kind of abrupted the race by your actions. So stewards will be looking into it, and he will not be happy with the outcome of it.
Yeah, and as you were saying, Dwajin was
Ooh, so-
finding it.
I don't know why a lot of people are taking that very narrow line over there, just clipping the wall over there.
And
Like, I
he
think
has-
he got away without any wing damage
Yeah,
to the right, but
he did.
I still don't know why people take such a very tight line over there. You want to give some space to the wall there.
Honestly speaking, you will be quicker if you are close to that wall, but maybe it's not worth the damage that you can
Yeah.
incur in that. Meanwhile, one of our soft runners, Berlin, has closed the gap to Neon from 3 seconds, if I was not wrong, a couple of laps back, and is currently now only within 5/10 and is chasing a keyboard guy, Neon. If I was in Berlin's place, I would hold tight, wait for the final
Just
corner,
wait, yeah.
because I know that I'm gonna have the best grip that man has ever seen on the track. Berlin has done his second pit stop as well. As I said about the grip, there's the grip, and then just send it for the straight, going with the DRS, with the ERS, going on the inside. Easy move done on Neon with the superior grip.
So, do you think Berlin can go to the end with this tire? I mean, it's just got what, 8 laps? 7 laps more? 8 laps more, I think.
Maybe, because now that the fuel load is less, he should be able to do 1 or 2 laps more compared to what he would have done if he would have started on these tires. So maybe he can complete, but definitely the tires will be dead, like next level dead by the end of his lap. And I hope we don't see a puncture. We did get to see a puncture in Brazil by one of the, podium runners, that too KG getting a puncture, as well as Abhay Chandra getting a. Again, what you said, again, Berlin getting really close to the wall and hitting it slightly. But yeah, if you haven't watched that, that was also a big roller coaster of the race. Will advise you to go and watch it, as we see KG trying to make a move on Bioride on the outside, gets the move done on Bioride and moves up to P6. He will be looking for some kind of recovery drive, but seeing that he is 23 seconds behind Akash, I don't think anything will happen. Let's have a look at
Also,
And
let me
damage
just-
report on Bayer,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
He's got both his front wings yellow.
man driving with no wings at this point.
I mean, both are moderate damage, yellow damage. So I think he's
End
missing both
plate.
the end plates. I
Yeah,
guess.
end plates.
We
So
have a safety car, guys. We have a safety car.
who retired now? I don't even see anyone retired on track. Come on, man.
Oh, wait. Come on, this is
Ink
really,
gets a
very
drive.
weird. Very weird. And Ink is getting a drive-through penalty as well. Oh my god.
Oh my god, everyone will go on to the softs, but, hear me out. This is kind of repeating of what happened to me in last season Singapore. Everyone went on to the softs for the final dash, and everyone was so eager to make a move that everyone was taking out each other, and it was a clear path for me. So we might see that repeat again today, now that almost everyone. Okay, Berlin getting 5 seconds because he crossed the white line on the pit exit. What I was telling about this track, the pit exit is a really big problem for all the drivers. It's very
But
narrow.
didn't Berlin just pit for the softer tires? Why did he pit again?
Yeah, that's
I don't know. Maybe the
actually-
man wants to extend the tire mileage.
Honestly speaking, he just now pitted one lap back, and he could have just stayed on that because one lap wouldn't be a lot of dig, and we are pretty much guaranteed a 2 or 3 lap safety car, and he could have easily conserved his tires and would be, even having the positional advantage on the grid if he wouldn't have pitted. Maybe we did not see his gap between himself and the cars behind, and that is why he went for the pit. But right now it seems like the top 3 have decided not to pit. Trust me, not a good idea, especially considering 7 and 8 laps on those tires. The soft tire of Dwajin is just gonna ram past these people. Like, he's just gonna fly
But
past.
I think I believe SSC Assassin can break away because the very next soft threat is from DJ, that is
Yeah.
D4.
I expect SSJ Assassin and E-Rock both to give a fight, but Charitra does not stand a chance. And
I think Charitra will be gobbled up in the restart, I think.
let's see, even I feel the same because Charitra won't have the grip. We already have a lot of lapped cars in the bunch as well. So we do have Soham Day, who is right behind SSJ Assassin under the safety car, and behind him is also the racing point of Abhay Chandra, who is a lapped car, and behind him we have Rooker, who is also a lapped car. So there is quite a gap between actual P1 runner and P2 E-Rock.
This is definitely gonna help SSC Assassin and E-Rock and them a little bit. Like, with the gap is definitely gonna help them stay away from the soft attack for some time.
Yeah, like honestly, since the cars are ghosted, it won't be a big help, but there is
At the
definitely a
restart, the gap will
distraction.
be a bit more higher. That's
Yeah.
the point.
Yes, that is true. That is correct. We have one back marker between Charitra and E-Rock. So Charitra not that much in the danger as well. But between Dwajin and Charitra, I don't see any back marker. So Charitra
I think
not.
there is one back marker between, I think. Can you look at the
yes,
next car?
yeah,
I see,
there is
I see an
a
Alpha
Ferrari.
Tauri. Was it an Alpha Tauri or a Ferrari?
Ferrari. Alpha Tauri is Charitra himself, so there is a Ferrari who is, a back marker between.
I mean,
Charitra
my
and-
bad. I meant an Alfa Romeo.
Ah,
still,
no,
still not,
that's-
still not over the name confusion.
Yeah, that's a Ferrari. That's a Forza the Ferrari. But yeah, it's pretty much
Yeah,
race.
we got the Ferrari of Deadpool.
Yeah, it's pretty much race over for all these lapped cars, all the way from Soham Day, who is in P10 till P17. They cannot unlap themselves. So we are only left with a battle up to P9.
Definitely. And
Up to P10 lapped. I mean, that is something really weird in a D3 race. We haven't seen that, if I'm not wrong.
no, you
Yeah.
can thank the weather gods here.
Yeah.
It was mostly up to the weathers and it being Singapore, you know. Just people losing wings and people.
Yes, taking some weird lines,
Yeah.
hitting the wall. So for every
I mean, there was a
front-
window when we couldn't even keep up with what was going on. There were just
Yeah.
cars going in and out and every single place. I mean, that was pretty hectic period. at the
I
start.
think it was pretty much on the first safety car restart is when there was a lot of things. There were a lot of people
Yep.
going side by side and hitting the walls as well, not able to stop their car as well. But yeah. Just a small note, I think a couple of people will be reported for their incidents, one of them being KG, who might get reported for being resetting to the track, and as well as we'll see what happens to these drivers after the race gets over. But we do
Can
have
we-
P9.
Yeah, can we just go on board the tire situation? Like how many lap old these top runners have? The mediums. Yeah. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Right now, Assassin is with the oldest tires in the entire grid, 10 laps.
So
Even
that
Neon
will-
with the 10 laps.
Yeah, so what I say is 10 lap old mediums won't stand a chance against 1 lap old soft. So
That is true, but we are forgetting that there is a lot of gap between a lot of lapped cars are there between Doajin and SSJ Assassin. So even for Doajin to make a move, he will have to go through the bunch of
maneuver
lapped
through
cars.
the entire
Yeah.
route,
Even though the lapped cars are ghosted, it does cause a distraction for the drivers. And considering all the lapped cars are also on fresh shops, he won't have the outright pace advantage on those people.
Another thing to notice is they are going to be battling as well. So I think they're going to focus more on their battles more than giving the way over here. Since the ghosting is on, they'll be like, okay, just ghost to us. We're going to continue our
Also,
battles.
Our pole position sitter Akash has left the session, so he has like 4 laps to join back, and maybe
Pretty much
Yeah.
this lap he has to join back, else he will lose
Yes.
position on the restart.
exactly.
Yeah, he can salvage something. He rejoins quick.
Yeah. We are approaching the Anderson Bridge. I just like the
Well,
beauty of this track, especially in the night lights. Just look at those buildings, dude, on the far off with the fog and all the effects. Even though this
Yeah.
game does not have RTX, but 2021 luckily has RTX, and we will be able to stream RTX, quality from next game onwards. But now itself, it looks so good just to watch.
Dipanshu, I'd like to correct you there. RTX will be available just for photo modes and replays.
I said.
So not for the entire game. So yeah.
I said now.
Yeah.
What was the point of me getting an RTX card?
Well, that's a start. That's
At
okay.
least
so
that's a start.
What we
yeah.
have right here is the safety car is going in, so we can go on board the leaders. Probably we can go on board Dwajin and see how we manage.
If we go on board Dwajin, it will be a complete pack ahead of him. So,
That's why. I just want to see if we
ooh,
can.
SSJ
Oh my
assessing,
God, that's a
not
big bunch.
not doing a proper restart, not keeping enough gap. Might get reported by a couple of the drivers, but we do have KG who has gone into the pits. Was
Hold
that
on,
an
huh?
accidental pit entry? You know what I mean? Flashback
Yeah,
of
okay.
TJ.
Might be.
Flashback, yeah, flashback to what happened to Deepak. But yeah, it seems like there are a lot of back markers. Charitra trying to salvage whatever he can from all these back markers right now. Dwajin a bit behind Erok and Charitra. Charitra looking really feisty on the tires somehow. He's about to catch Erok and he gives a
Oh,
bit of
contact.
shunt to Erok, but somehow he did not get into the wall. There we do.
Does he have front wing damage?
I
I
don't
think
think
he
so.
might have some
Charitra?
pick up some damage.
And Dwajin is closing up on Charitra's gearbox, and this battling is hotting up quite a bit.
Yeah.
What we
Dwajin
see-
might
okay,
get him in
Dwajin-
this trade. Oh, that was a really optimistic action over
Yeah,
there.
he looks bit impatient, but my boy, you have to wait for your chance. Predictor conditions, yeah, it's still dry.
It's just cloudy,
cloudy.
it's
It's yeah.
nothing
so
to
we
worry
have,
about.
Like, so we just have.
Oh,
Charitra
Visa
hits the wall.
wall.
This time he will have definitely lost his swing, and we see ghosted.
Rooker going straight.
Oh, Rooker just goes into the wall. Oh my god.
Rooker
is
just
painful to
goes
watch.
straight. Even Ripe has lost his car. Everyone losing their car. Charitra trying to defend for his life right now to be on the podium. Honestly speaking, if he continues like this, he will be on the podium. Only 2 more laps to go as we see Ink going in for his pit stop. You know, one more
Yes.
saving
And,
factor is...
sorry to cut you off there. SSC Assassin has got 12 seconds of penalty or something
Yes,
like
yes,
that. If
yes.
I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes.
So
that is-
he's already out of contention for podium.
Honestly, even right now, if you see, Charitra has only 6 seconds and Dwajin has 8. So basically, Dwajin got a 5-second penalty in entering pits or exiting pits sometime, and Charitra just picked up another 3 seconds. So even if Dwajin overtakes him, he has to create a 2-second gap, which I don't think is possible with the pace that Charitra has. So Charitra is guaranteed on the podium, E-Rock is guaranteed on the podium, and with the 12-second that SSJ Assassin has, if Dwajin keeps within 4 seconds of SSJ Assassin, he can also be on the podium.
It
Definitely.
stands, it looks clear that E-Rock is going to be the winner of this race as it stands. Let's just hope that he doesn't rack up any more
Deepak.
penalties.
Deepak, you need to be careful. Commentators' curse
Yeah.
is always very powerful.
Indeed.
Well, I just hope my words don't hurt him. And we see Berlin having a spin over. I don't know what's happened there. And Ripe is also stuck in the behind at the Anderson Bridge corner.
Yeah, interesting.
Maybe they tangled.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know, indeed.
Don't know.
Both the McLaren, okay, Manish Kanchan has left the session. Eric Griffin almost losing his car up ahead. The McLaren boys not having the best of the time. Dwajin is really close to Charitra this time. Charitra defending brilliantly on his inside, not letting the soft runner go away from him. And he loses his car.
No.
Did he keep it off? I think he was able to keep it off the wall. Yes, he did.
And that's brilliant work. That's brilliant work.
If
So the-
And I thought it was definitely gonna go and slam into the wall, but
Yeah.
somehow I think he has kept it away from the wall.
Ropey, remember how you said like Dwajin has to create a 2-second gap? Check out the
Yes.
gap right now.
It's
Yeah,
still
it's-
1 second, honestly speaking. Between him and Charitra, it's still just 1 second. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
If he
yeah,
can
I think the
still
softs
keep
can
it-
pull a gap. I think the softs can pull a gap, given
Yeah,
the
it's-
fact that he's
yeah,
fallen
it's
back
up-
and his tires
it's
are
up to
slightly on the
1.8
water side.
already.
yeah, given that he is also in clean air, he should be able to create that gap.
Yep.
Considering JJ Assassin's like SSJ Assassin's pace, he is doing quite good on those old mediums.
We
That's
see
all-
2 cars stranded.
That's one.
That's
one-
only
the
one.
racing point. The racing point, sector 2, I think.
Oh yes.
No, I think it's KG. I think it's
It's
KG.
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 Yeah.
Oh, KG
Yes.
is having a bad day today.
A really bad day. Bioride meanwhile has caught up to Neon. Both these people have moved up to P6. Bioride.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
Biorite's
started
right front right looks short. He just had to nurse his tires back home, and he has like what a lap left.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think the leader has started his final lap. I think.
How did his tire get shot in 4 laps? Like, just done 4 laps, dude, on those soft tires.
The
And,
tire status looks orange.
and-
Right.
and out of those 4, I think pretty much 2 or 3 laps were on, on
And the
safety car.
yes.
How did he manage to do that?
Oh,
He's
another
punting.
loss.
Over there, come on.
He's like barging his way through. He's like, get out of my way, let me go
This is
through."
this
But
is
Neon
basically
like,
that punt to
"Nope."
pass.
Neon
Literally
is
punt
still
to
hanging
pass.
around.
Neon has given up. Right now. Oh
He's
wait.
deploying all of his ERS.
Yeah, my
right
bad,
You
my
know,
bad.
if not for
Doing
that,
some
if
two
not for
better.
that punt, I would say that was a really good move. But oh,
No. That's
He
not.
nope.
he
That
went
was an
for a
audacious dive bomb.
yeah, he went for a very optimistic dive bomb.
Yeah.
Up
No, I
ahead.
think Byright could have left a bit more space on the
Yeah,
outside,
but then
no,
Eric
that was-
Griffin
that was
just
brutal.
just ripped to him indeed.
He didn't just donate his wing. He's like, no. Like, take my
donated
entire
his
car.
Dwaji in full ERS on the corners, he be like, I do not care. He is trying to get E-Rock, but we should all know that he has 8 seconds penalty. It seems like Charitra does not or will not be able to get on the podium if I am not wrong.
Yeah, that is. Ooh, okay.
No, the gap to leader is still 9 seconds, 6 and no, he won't be able to get onto the podium. SSJ Assassin crosses the line, P1. Following him is E-Rock in P2 who moves up to P1 because of his penalties. Dwajin crosses the line in P3. Charitra, brilliant drive, but oh so close, ends up in P4. P5 by Bioride with a bit of nudging his way past Neon. Neon making a bit of an audacious move and finishing P7. Akash was not in the session for most of the time and might get disqualified for the same. We have Berlin who will cross the line next in P8. We do have from P11 onwards, everyone has finished the race or will finish the race a lap down compared to the leader SSJ Assassin. We do have Berlin who is coming across the final corner and crosses the line in P8. KG having very unfortunate race today and will be kicking everything that he can find near him and crosses the line slowly in P9. P10 by Soham Day. P11 by Abhay Chandra, P12 by Manish Kanchan, taking all the wrong decision but still somehow ending up in P12. P13 Eric Griffin, P14 Rooker, not a good race for him. P15 Ink, good enough show from our rookie but wasn't enough to impress, show his position on the grid at the moment, but he will definitely come back in the next race. P16 by Deadpool and P17 by Ripe. We are just waiting on Ripe to cross the line, who is currently in first sector and spinning out. No.
He is doing some celebratory donuts right now.
I'm not sure why you will rev your first gear so much.
Oh, this is automatic gears. So he's like medium TC with automatic gears. So I have been there, done that, and
Why was he doing that?
Never mind, no. Anyways, he was not getting any points, but does not matter. We are done with the race. Driver out day by for Bioride. Indeed, I think at the end he did gain more than 10 or 11 positions.
12 places. He
Yeah.
started P17, finished P5.
Yes, but another great drive. If I'm not wrong, E-Rock was the winner even in the last race, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
I believe so.
Yeah, we will confirm you that info, but this will help his championship standings. A brilliant drive from SSJ Assassin, finishing P3 P2 and getting his first podium in IRC, if I'm not wrong. Dwajin, another brilliant drive from him in P3. We will get the podium finishers soon in the VC with us. A brilliant race we had here in Singapore. Extreme wet conditions, starting off with extreme wet conditions and then finishing off with extreme dry conditions. 63 minutes was the total time of this race. That's a big time to commentate, honestly speaking, but
Exactly.
that's what happens in Singapore. It's a short track but a slow track, and especially in the wets you are literally very slow. But a brilliant drive from all our drivers here in Tier 3, and hopefully they enjoyed the wet condition rather than not enjoying it a lot. But we will move on to the podium interviews. Let me get the drivers in. Apart from that, what do you guys think about the race?
I liked it. It was quite interesting checking out like what keyboard warriors and controller gang could manage out of the treacherous conditions. That was amazing. And there was like I really didn't know that the stream went out for so long, considering we had so much to commentate on. So yeah, it was quite a fun race.
We always had something to, commentate and watch. As we do have our race winner and P3 Dwajin in the commentary, why don't you guys take away with the interviews?
Okay, Dwajin, I remember you saying you have not driven on this track, and you were quite sandbagging there. I see. So,
Well, no, in the you can see in the qualifying itself, I was so slow. Like I qualified P8 or P9.
yeah, but qualifying doesn't matter if you have the outright pace and like not really the outright pace, but if you're consistent with your lap times,
Yeah,
and which you did manage. And congratulations on your podium there. So, how do you
yeah.
feel right now?
I mean, I did get a very good start, and the safety car really helped me, or else I would have been like in the back by now. And also, I think I'll get 5 seconds remorse, so that will I might get a 5 seconds remorse, so I will be reporting that. And yeah,
Okay.
great racing by Erok and Assassin.
Yes, definitely. Congratulations to you, Erok, for keeping it clean and managing to get that top position. Uh, what about you? So, did you expect a podium today, or it was just like, okay, let's just roll on? It will be definitely a wet race, considering you guys never had luck with dry races. So, did you expect a wet race today, Erok?
Yeah, hey guys, how's it going? First of all, thank you. And to answer your question, yep, 90% I thought it is going to be a wet race because that has been the trend in the past. So I kind of jacked up my setup for a wet in the qualifying. And in the race, I knew a lot of people are going to crash in front and in behind, so it was important to keep it clean. So wasn't trying to race a lot, just trying to keep it clean as much as possible. And thankfully, yep, no crashes, no front wings donated.
Brilliant stuff there. Like, the mentality is amazing. Like, what exactly you should be doing, like everyone else should be doing. So, yeah. So, yeah, guys, you would like to
Okay,
take over?
so
Hmm.
I think SSJ Assassin does not have a microphone, or his microphone is not working really well. I'm in chats with him. Let's hope that he can join in and he can type us the answer at least, because definitely we are also happy for a man getting his first podium. So,
Yes,
uh,
definitely.
I would like to know his perspective also on the race.
In the meanwhile, Dwajin, how did the setup work out?
I think I should have gone down by 1 or 2 clicks, but yeah,
when
it
when
did
that
help me in the starting.
when it dried out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think the top runners definitely did that. We could.
I didn't have a setup. I didn't have practice, but still I managed to get a podium.
That is great stuff. Great
Yeah.
stuff.
But also I want to give a shout out to Harry. He really helped us down in the commentary box. Oh shit! Why did I say commentary box? In the Haas team box. We'll say
Yeah,
Haas team box. So yeah, without his help, I probably would have not done that great. But yeah, me and Barrett are very happy that he was there to help today.
definitely.
Okay, so we do have SSJ Assassin in the VC.
We
No,
briefly had him for a moment.
yeah,
He
we
have left.
briefly had him for a moment. I think he moved, but yeah, he's back here.
Yeah,
So we do have SSJ Assassin in the VC. Sorry, you guys won't be able to hear his voice because his microphone is gone, but we will tell you guys what he thinks about the race. But yeah, coming to you, SSJ Assassin, first of all, congrats on your first podium, if I'm not wrong, in IRC in Tier 3. A brilliant drive from him. You were literally flying, as what most of the people said. So could you explain why were you flying today? Did you do something with your setup that really clicked, or what was the secret behind you flying? You can type in DM or to me or in tier 3 chat. I am keeping an eye there as well. So, meanwhile, a brilliant drive indeed. So, basically,
So,
yeah,
can we like do we have the number of front wings donated today? Because that would be quite a lot.
I think we should have had a game going on in the chat, and people should be counting how many people donated their front wings.
Or the tier 3 coordinators just could have gone onto the race director and checked out like the front wings changed. The
Oh,
most of
yes, that I could have done. You could have
yes.
reminded me when I was in this session. What is this? But nevertheless, I have got a couple of replies from SSJ Assassin. He thinks that the race was not that great from his side. He thinks that it was a bust, and he could have done much better than what he did. He did donate his wings in lap 3, and I thought I could manage till next pit stop. So basically, he was trying to stay out on his damaged wing, but it was slowing him down a lot, and so he decided to pit. But yeah, basically he did donate, and if he wouldn't have done that, then he might have been much ahead. He did keep his so he says that he did keep his head, and and it all worked out towards the end. Yeah, indeed. So a brilliant drive from you as well, and congratulations again on your first podium. That's all I think we have from our sides, from the commentators, from me, from Deepak Raj, from Crazy Show. We will get back to you with our final round in Monza next week for this season, and it will be at the Temple of Speed. But before that, do tune in for Tier 2, which is gonna happen today night after the real life race, probably at around 8:45 p.m. IST, where the closest field that we have will go around this same very track, and hopefully we do see another rain session for some exciting strategies for that
No,
matter.
no, please no.
Our tier 2 commentators are not wanting that, but I definitely want it to be wet. But anyways, that's been all from me and Deepak and Crazy Joe, and we will see you guys again today evening with our tier 2 stream. Thank you for watching, and thank you for staying tuned for this long session, especially because it was a wet session. Thank you for watching, and we will see you